Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So it's looking as though Bitcoin is moving up a little bit. I mean, it's just been trying to get past that $27,000 mark. And the other day we were above 27,000. We did dip back under. And now Bitcoin again at 27,100. So really trying to struggle to get out of this range here. Something we've been witnessing for a while. Bringing up XRP on the chart. You guys can see XRP is also up a little bit, 52 cents. As of the time of this recording, so 52.1 came down off the FOMO pump from the party news, which there wasn't really any news, but I guess some people were assuming that at the proper party that Ripple was going to announce something. So right now, XRP trading at 52 cents. I mean, pretty much par for the course for a post-bull market bearish year, and similar to 2019 when we saw this uptick at the beginning part of 2019. And then the downturn, the correction, this is kind of, what we've been witnessing throughout 2023. CryptoCon here, bringing up this observation. The Ultimate Oscillator thinks Bitcoin is at a cycle bottom. Guys, and this is for the first time ever. The indicator has crossed into the cycle bottom zone outside of the bottom. Why would you try to wait for this to go even lower? So the first time we have seen this now, the Ultimate Oscillator, and we've seen it dip down into this bottom cycle zone at the bottom of the market in 2018 and at the bottom of the market in 2022, also at the bottom of the market in 2015. And so guys, what we have been seeing is what we have seen in the past, at least in 2019, is that it got very, very close to the zone, but now it's actually touching that level once again. And so if it goes down below that zone, that would be the first time we'd ever see that. And so he's pointing this out. It's clear that Bitcoin is offering you one last accumulation opportunity, but most people will squander it recession predicting and worrying about the macro trend. So that is the other thing, that's going on here. I mean, government, this is at least the most recent update. Government has said that they have now averted a shutdown. So, who was it? Janet Yellen was coming out saying if the government did shut down, that could in fact trigger on a worse recession. And so now Congress has passed a stopgap measure, but will lawmakers agree on detailing spending bills for the entire fiscal year? Well, that's a good question. But I guess the bigger point here is that now all eyes are on government, or were on government, and the economy. Investors were wondering, is government going to shut down, and what could that have in store for our investments? So the macroeconomics are playing a big part in this. But guys, we got to pay attention to the charts because the cycles do not lie. So again, it's the beginning of the month, October the 1st, a great time to join the Patreon, guys, and follow what I'm going to be trading. I still have a few picks that I'm pretty close to pulling the trigger on. I mean, first I want to kind of figure out where the market's going to go, and just, looking back at 2019 here, just kind of gauging where the market went in the past. Let's not forget, okay, and I'm going to reiterate it again, 2019 similar to 2023 after that bearish year, coming into the bullish cycle. And so if we even just take here, I'm just going to outline here, September 2019 all the way to the end of December 2019 would bring us in and around here, okay? So that was this period here, the last quarter of 2019, plus the September preceding it. So as you guys can see, the downtrend continued. Even over the summer, we did see that downtrend, the summer of 2019, and then the downtrend did make a high there, but then in fact bottomed out and went even lower. So, I mean, considering this indicator, what CryptoCon is noticing here, could we in fact see lower lows? And so guys, I'm going to be adding to the $10,000 portfolio, patreon.com/workingmoney channel. Thanks so much to all my patrons too, who have been signing up. I'm actually quite overwhelmed by how many people are interested in what I'm trading. This time around, it is looking quite different. Last time, I had a lot of my sights set on XRP targets. And, for a lot of reasons, those did not hit. $10 to $15. Who was ready to sell out at those prices? I was too. I mean, I'm going to admit, this time around, though, I'm treating it a little differently. And so, if you are feeling like, damn, I just want to make some money, well, you can follow me, see what I'm trading, and the rest is up to you. The other thing I want to mention, too, is that, if some of these coins pop beforehand, I'm going to cash out. I mean, there's no sense in waiting if we do see a 10, 20, 50x gain before the top of the bull market, before the bulls really rally, then we can maybe roll those profits into some other coins for the last leg of this thing. So again, guys, changing my strategy up. The macro market moves are are also going to be playing a big role in this. And XRP, still my main position. That has not changed. I still plan on holding a portion for the long term, but I'm also going to let my patrons know where I'm going to be cashing out of my XRP. I don't know if you guys remember this from back in 2019. The bigger the base, the higher in space. I'm not going to play this for copyright reasons, but this was from Fast Money, basically analyzing the XRP chart. And I'm feeling like, fast forward to 2023, that base has gotten even larger since then. Some may argue that, the last bull run, considering we did not see a new all-time high for XRP, that this is considered part of the base before we blast off for that next rally. So I'm always keeping my eye on the prize, and obviously do realize too that there is going to be real-world utility for certain cryptocurrencies down the road, and I'm going to be letting my patrons know how much XRP, what portion of my XRP portfolio I am going to be holding for the short term, for the long term, and midterm targets down the road. Anyway, going to keep moving because there's more news here. ISO 20022, let's do it on Twitter, September 29th, 2023 article. So this was from just a few days ago, an article on banks embracing fintechs for payments through ISO 20022 regulation. And it mentions Ripple and XRP here, guys. He's highlighted part of this article here. Banks must embrace fintech if they want to reshape the future of global payments. So again, as recent as September the 29th, the world of global payments is undergoing major changes. As new technologies and players enter the payment space, we are seeing new innovations from non-traditional competitors redefine how money moves across the globe. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, what other professionals have said about money movement, bank restructuring, and the drive towards cryptocurrencies. Of course, there's the adoption of 20022, which is really important. I've got the article up here, and I will link it in the description if you guys are interested. But over here, guys, in another example, RippleNet utilizes blockchain and digital assets like XRP for real-time settlements and liquidity management across borders. Since launching in 2012, RippleNet has processed $30 billion in up to 20 million transactions globally. So we're seeing XRP utility obviously grow over the last few years, and it's only going to grow even more. This article highlights the UPI in India, for example, with Singapore's fast payment system, enabling customers in both countries to pay using their domestic payments. While UPI is often compared to real-time gross settlement, or RTGS, they serve different purposes and operate in unique contexts. So just giving you guys a bit more of an outline on how some of those particular operations run. I will link this in the description for you. Wanted to thank ISO 20022, let's do it though, just for posting that. And now I've been noticing too that, more and more now have not just Ripple, but other companies, obviously, through the promotion of the Spring Initiative. Well, Spring Initiative, I want to call it the Spring Initiative. It's changed names since. The Ripple X Initiative. It's not so much just payments now. There's so much more now that's being developed on the XRP ledger that is going to drive more demand for XRP. And so NFTs, we've talked about real estate, we've talked about, all kinds of things. But here's one, guys. XRP drops another one. XRP Stamp is a data notarization system launched on the XRP Ledger blockchain that allows you to generate certificates for any type of file in seconds using the Sum wallet. So a notary here, XRP Stamp is a data notarization platform on the XRPL blockchain. So it's a new project. Just going to scroll through here just to give you guys a sense of what it is. It includes documents, files, images in any type of format using the digital fingerprint of the file. If I keep scrolling here, it allows adding metadata for specific index searches and ease of use, occupying a very small, and then what did it say next? Okay, I guess it doesn't continue there. Okay, automatically saves files and documents without adding any cost, keeps them decentralized, retrieve them when you need. So basically everything that, blockchain platform can do. Obviously the XRP ledger can do this independently, and it's a source of truth, which is what, notary publics have been doing for centuries, right? You need that trusted stamp of approval to say, this is official. I don't know if you've ever witnessed a wedding at City Hall or whatever. You need a notary to stamp that certificate to ensure that you are legally married. So it checks the integrity of files and digital assets through the immutability and veracity offered by the XRPL blockchain. And so it's called XRP Stamp, adapting solutions for property, apostille of documents, time-proof, product traceability, and much, much more. So basically an online blockchain notary public. So it is in development with PeerSys technology. Some great new developments there on the XRP ledger. I will link this in the description for those of you guys who want to check this out and look into it further. Wanted to thank XRP Drops, though, just for posting that. Alex Cobb also bringing this up. I don't know if you guys noticed back in there, the Ripple advertisement from this soccer game. And who was it? It was Amelie here at crypto_Barbie on Twitter. Ripple advertisement at the Bournemouth versus Arsenal English Premier League game yesterday afternoon. So this is another one. You can see the background there is black. And Alex Cobb posted this one where the background was white. So I don't know if this was the same match or if this was a different field. I don't know. What I do know is that Ripple is out in full force trying to promote their brand, and it is for good reason. When we keep seeing it, people are going to realize, okay, this is a company that does X. In the case of Ripple, obviously they're providing solutions for banks, for the retail cross-border payment side, but also, guys, they're doing things that are much bigger, like providing CBDCs on the XRP ledger for certain central banks around the world, and much, much more. So, it's going to be, I think the Ripple brand is going to be synonymous with, certain banks, the biggest banks out there, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, so on and so forth. I remember this in the London Tube last summer, this coming from Allison here on Twitter. And I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know if you're from London or if you saw this last year, the Ripple advertisements in London. So we're going to see more and more of this, I have a feeling. Flip the Chain here, also bringing this up from a BIS paper on trust bridges. Now, this was from a few months ago, but just, kind of touching on this key point, the cross-country marketplace model with tokenized money, highlighting an enhanced model for cross-border payments and establishing a marketplace on a digital platform to trade tokenized money across borders for the purposes of exposition. The proposal can be divided into two parts, interoperability and foreign exchange. The interoperability part entails transferring money to a receipt initially on a different trust network and can be illustrated in a domestic or cross-border context. Note the interoperability without mentioning interoperability, but that, of course, is something that Ripple does very, very well. Again, this is from the BIS working paper, Trust Bridges and Money Flows. And then over here in the article, they talk about three models that arise: a private settlement asset and marketplace, such as Ripple's XRP, an open source marketplace such as the Stellar Foundation, or more recently, DeFi networks, and a marketplace and settlement asset based on unbacked crypto assets such as Strike, which leverages Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. However, a public solution potentially run by a regulated private entity has key advantages such as tackling the coordination problem around centralizing participation in liquidity provision, offering clear and trusted governance and operational stability, and 3, providing full compatibility with financial integrity standards. Interesting to note, though, the two cryptocurrencies, other than Bitcoin, of course, Stellar's XLM and Ripple's XRP, two of those cryptocurrencies that were meant for this. So an interesting observation there from Flip the Chain. Wanted to thank Flip the Chain. And I've got the document up here too, which I will link in the description of the video for you. Want to keep moving, guys. Crypto.com apparently just sent a self-certification to the CFTC for an XRP touch bracket derivative. So this is a futures derivative. Looks like, despite what the SEC says, companies are already jumping on board with the notion now that XRP is not a security. And for those of you guys wanting to know what a touch bracket contract is, I had to refresh my memory too on this. Touch bracket contract is a type of variable payout contract having a conditional expiry date on the last trade date established at the time of listing, but which touch bracket will expire prior to that stated expiration in the event that during the life of the contract, the index value either is equal to or is. And then I click on the link and it takes me to a document here. Anyway, I hope we all get the concept of a futures contract. Well, anyway, Crypto.com is looking for an XRP touch bracket derivative specifically. So it is for futures. They currently have BTC, ETH, BCH, and Dogecoin. And Litecoin, and it looks like they will be starting this new XRP touch contract on October the 3rd. So that is only 2 days away. Over here, it says the expiration value of the XRP cryptos contract will be the indicative index value calculated by the exchange at the time of the indicative index value either equals or is greater than the contract ceiling and is equal to or less than the contract's floor. Or at the listed expiration of the contract is not knocked out early. The XRP crypto contracts will be fully collateralized, so that's very important too, because it is used for payments. Indeed, digital asset in this filing is captured under the authority of the CFTC, as well as the broad definition of commodity in Section 1A9 of the Act. So, because XRP is not a security, they're stating it here. Crypto.com saying, look, we can now offer this product. And guys, the more XRP is utilized in any capacity, the better it is for all of us, the better it is for XRP growth, and the better it is for price down the road. And so again, I'm not going to be selling all my XRP this time around. However, I think my percentages have shifted a little bit. And so I'm going to be discussing that more with my patrons this coming week. And, we're going to talk more about this as the market starts moving up. So what else is happening, guys? A great clip from Cyprus to Menoncourt here. This is ex-SEC chair Christian Carlo talking about crypto specifically, okay? Right after the FTX debacle. So you got to put this into context. It was from a few months ago. FTX collapsed, but crypto, guys, according to an ex-CFTC chair, is not dead, far from it, but going to thrive and is already working towards that.
What I would say is I don't see this as a great indictment of crypto. I see this as the same old in financial markets, how important trust is, and for institutions to earn the trust and how quickly that trust can dissipate if those proprietors of trading platforms and trading houses squander that trust and how quickly it dissipates away. There's no question, however, that the political ramifications of this will be extraordinary. For those who are critics of crypto, we'll point to it. For those who are fans of central bank digital currency, we'll point to it for the need to have government involvement. And certainly as a regulator, I think it proves the value of proper and balanced and appropriate regulation, bringing to this new innovation some of the same principles that operate in traditional markets: the need for transparency, the need for separation of certain functions, the need for authorized persons and proper due diligence. So I think we'll be talking about this for months to come. The story gets stranger with every tweet and every passing day, and brace yourself. There may be some pretty crazy things coming out in the next few days. But I think it's, once again, points to the importance of trust in financial markets, the important role for proper principles of regulation, and ultimately global cooperation on regulation for what, to my mind, and for reasons we'll talk about, I believe is truly still a very major fundamental transformation.
So we're still talking about a major transformation that is happening. And, again, we're right at the beginning. This was taken from a few months ago. So after the FTX debacle, when there was max pain in the market, when markets were extremely low, Christian Carlo, though, explaining, though, that, in not so many words, because you kind of have to read between the lines, there are going to be cryptocurrencies that solve problems. Obviously, we've been talking about this for years now. You got to know what those cryptocurrencies are, guys. One of them is XRP. There's going to be a multitude of others. We've gotten hints which other cryptocurrencies are going to do that. And then there's the spec market, which is a completely different beast. So, keeping your crypto long-term, a portion of it, that's, in my opinion, not a bad move. We want to make money, though, too. We can't just wait and never cash out. So wanted to thank Cyprus to Menoncourt here just for, reiterating this point, for reminding us that the market is still young and we are in the midst of a fundamental change. Now, yesterday I did a video about the 9+ ounces of gold equaling 1 XRP. If you guys didn't catch that, wow. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out why. I was thinking it was a glitch at first, and then, why is it on two different websites? Well, Crypto Hulk here posted this. Now here is a fourth site showing at least a $2,000 XRP. I went to this site here, XE Currency Converter, to see if I could corroborate that, and no, this is not true. I have it up here, Ripple XRP to an ounce of gold, and if we put one just in here and then we convert, so let's refresh that. You guys can see here 1 XAU is equal to 3,540 XRP. So that is roughly the price of an ounce of gold today. So just to, do the math on that, XRP is trading at about 52 cents right now. And you multiply that by 35, 40, 60. An ounce of gold is roughly $1,841 US dollars. Let's see if that XAU, let's see if that checks out, and sure enough, yeah, it checks out there. Gold's actually going down a little bit, and you guys can see it there, the price, $18.48. So doesn't look like this website is, in fact, part of that glitch. Nevertheless, guys, the two websites that I highlighted in yesterday's video kind of threw me for a loop. I mean, I'm wondering, do they know something in advance, something we don't know, something they were told? Did they change rates too quickly? Is this going to be an overnight thing? I mean, I really don't know. Mr. Man here pointing this out, though, we are moving into an era where currencies are finding their value against the price of gold, sterling oil, or even diamonds, and not against the US dollar anymore. So this article was from August, but I think we can glean a lot of information from it. Gold's allure is ancient, but its monetary role has fluctuated wildly through history. Not going to get through the whole thing, but essentially now talking about the fact that the last 100 years in banking has basically been a debacle. We're basing currency value on promises, governments. This has created rising inflation, of course, now we're talking about countries moving back to an old standard, an old system, whether their currencies are going to be backed by gold or other commodities, oil, whatever it ends up being. This is now going to be the new frontier. So we're kind of moving back to the old to kind of reaffirm the new. And the old system is going to crumble. It's going to crash and burn. And that's essentially what this article talks about here. I will link it in the description. I think it's more important to listen to this clip here rather than read this article to you guys, but I will link it in the description. Another one here from Flip the Chain. U.S. debt is mounting. Those figures would have drastically increased since September of 2022. So this is when this was taken. When the dollar collapses, there will be no choice but to go to a new currency. I can sense it too, guys. XRP use is going to come very, very soon. Listen to this.
W. Bush's reign, the new currency was printed. It was supposed to be released earlier, and that was scrubbed, and the Treasury has printed money that states the United States Treasury. There is no Federal Reserve on it whatsoever. It hasn't been issued yet because Congress has not passed the law backing the money by gold. I believe it's H.R. 520A, which was introduced in 2018 by Trump, the Trump administration, to put asset-backed assets, gold and silver, to back the new currency. Now, had they done that, you would be living in a different world today. That's why we don't see the currency yet. But this is why they're taking everything down. Now, when they take down the dollar, which is inevitable, there will be no choice but to go to the new currency. For example, what is the actual national debt of the United States of America? It's $265 trillion. Do you know what the fire sale of the entire United States is? Everything in it? $193 trillion. This is why nobody wants the dollar, because they know overseas, they know they're already moving to an asset-backed system. Switzerland's always been on one. Okay? England was on one for the longest period of time. They took it off when they joined the EU. They're no longer part of the EU. They're going back to the sterling silver standard. Okay? Russia is gold back. China's going gold back. Brazil's going gold back. India is going gold back. Vietnamese dong is going asset back using oil. Iraq is going to be asset back with gold and oil. So they're all in the process. The issue, sir, is that most people in this room have no idea what's going on because you have to look for it. The media in this country is crap. That's why we don't know. But these things are going on all over the world.
Wow, so pretty eye-opening. He was saying Donald Trump had signed an order to bring in a gold or silver-backed currency into the U.S., and they had almost completed that, but of course, as you guys know, 2020, Trump did not win the election, debatably. And so here we are. The rest of the world, is not in the same position as the U.S., so they are moving to gold-backed currencies, oil-backed currencies, as you heard here in this clip. And even Mr. Mann is saying, sterling, silver, oil, even diamonds, everything to combat what is going to happen next, the calculated financial meltdown. Of course, a new financial system is going to be ushered in, guys. And the structures in place have already outlined the types of cryptocurrencies that are going to be central to this. So guys, make sure you have a strategy. Even if you don't follow the Patreon, have a strategy. Keep a portion of your crypto for the long term. But we also want to cash out for big profits this time around, don't we? Anyway, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.